Earlier, I had the chance to sit down with David Rubenstein. He's the co-founder of the Carlyle Group. Carlyle Group owns the Domino's pizza chain in Saudi Arabia, he told me. And he thinks actually there's going to be more investments in Saudi Arabia, and they're going to do more because of the changes that they're making in the country's investment laws.
You can buy stock in the Saudi Stock Exchange, which you couldn't if you were a foreigner before. You can also, I believe, buy control of companies. Before, it was very difficult to buy control of private companies. Everything was a minority stake transaction. But I think buyouts can be done in the kingdom. So I think you'll see more and more investments being done there by people from the West and around the world.
So you believe these changes are real, because sometimes they're being met with skepticism?
Nothing happens overnight in any country. In the United States, when we want to change the rules, it takes some time. Saudi Arabia is no different than any other country. But in time, I do think that the Crown Prince is going to make changes that will make it quite attractive for Western and Asian capital as well to invest in the kingdom.
Any concerns about the way they treated the people that they put in the Ritz-Carlton there? Does that worry you about rule of law, anything like that?
I have concerns about rule of law in every country in which we invest around the world. We always want rule of law. We always want transparency. I'm not familiar with exactly the details of what happened there, but I do think that right now the place to invest in the region that's most attractive is probably the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
And the reason he's so confident about that is because it's the biggest economy in the region, $700 billion in the Middle East. And beyond that, also demographics, the size, the age of the population. So he says when it comes to Saudi Arabia, if they do make these changes to the investment laws, the reforms that they're talking about, he thinks the country will see a lot more investment. That would be music to the ears of the people who are sponsoring this conference, because that is the whole message that they're trying to deliver and amplify, and hoping that it registers with American investors.